Like I know we talked about like Kendrick and Drake for a bit too, and like I think we're like 1 year after like their alleged like situation, even though it's been several years since like 2013 with Control and all that too. But
Yeah.
how do you feel about that beef right now going on? Do you feel like it's like more so settled down to, or do you think it's gonna get a bit more messy, like in a way?
I mean, they're still in court for it, no?
Yeah,
Which
like
is insane to me, but I understand that there when you get to that level, you're constantly playing a game of 3D chess. So whatever looks insane to us, it's probably because we're missing info. And so I'm not gonna jump out the side of my neck and say, yeah, nah, that was corny, because I don't have a lot of the info
yeah,
on my end.
yeah.
And it's also way above my pay grade. So
True.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, because I know, in a sense, if we're talking like hip hop too, like Drake taking it to court is very corny in a way too. But like in terms of like his reputation as a human being, as a man too, like I could definitely like understand it. Like
I mean, I'll keep it a buck. I originally was like, yeah, as a hip hop guy, as a real hip hop
yeah,
guy, yeah, I didn't like that one bit. But I always have to take a step back when I'm presented with stuff like this, and I always ask myself,
yeah,
okay, so why would someone do that? Because you can't be in the game for as long as he has and move stupidly,
yeah,
right? Obviously, he's been doing this for so long. He has access to info, obviously, that we don't, and for obviously good reason. It's his case, so. I think there's probably a lot of things that are happening. I think there's a lot of moves that are happening. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that I believe this helped with his deal or his negotiation with Universal,
yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. So clearly there's some shit that's going on behind the scenes that we have no idea about.
So I think he pushed OVO out of the whole like Warner Universal situation, like moved them to like Santa Ana, which is like I think a subsidiary like label to Sony and all that.
Yeah.
I know like in terms of like what's going on like behind the scenes too, because I know like he's just trying to like figure out like some ways to kind of market out like kind of put like Universal and like Kendrick like on blast for a way too, like on histories of like abuse allegations and all that sort of stuff too. So but I feel like it can vary from time to time to see like where the direction's gonna go to, because it is like a civil suit too. So basically Drake wins, like he'll probably be, it's like an I told you so type thing. But like if Kendrick wins, it's like it's like beating a dead horse, like in a sense too. And
Hey man, I'm just gonna say this so everyone's clear on this. I am from Mississauga, but I'm from Canada, and so I'm back in the Mandem from Toronto. Always, we always gotta big up the team Owl.
Yeah.
Big up the owl them so they don't swoop in. Listen, above my pay grade.
Yeah,
but
exactly too.
hey, listen, I was at least happy to see that battle, because that was one thing I wanted to see for a while. So
because it's like more of a popularized version of Jay-Z and Nas. Like if you like remembered, I think when Jay-Z and Nas had beef, like Jay-Z had like Takeover, Nas had I think like Stillmatic or like Ether and all that too. So like, and then Jay-Z had the super ugly like freestyle and all that too. Takeover, if you like balance it out, like if you can compare it to like like Family Matters or like even like Push-Ups and all that too, like we look at like factualities on that too, because Drake was like speaking facts like in some situations where Ether and like Not Like Us are similar, but like Not Like Us is like more.
see, hold on, because I've been hearing this narrative for a while. When the fuck did we care about facts? When did we start caring about facts in hip hop? That is never. I've seen that more recently, and I credit that to the newer generation of people and a lot of people who are just getting introduced to this shit. But we never gave a fuck about facts. Facts are great as like a garnish.
Yeah.
Like if it happens to be true, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's always been, yo, listen, that was just a dope bar. So I don't know where the fuck we started coming
true.
with this whole it needs to be true. That never made sense to me.
Yeah, because I think it's like more so tied to like realness and all that too. Like even like when you see like,
But all of this is fake. All of this shit's fake. That's why I never like the maybe it's me. I don't know, but all of this shit's fake.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like
True.
except for the street niggas. Shout out to them, I guess. I don't know, but Yeah, so I don't really understand where that comes from, but maybe it's because hip hop has been the most pop it's ever been.
Yeah, like now it's like not at a state of like point where it is like more so within pop now because pop and country have taken over too. Like I remember,
Pop's just popular music, so
Yeah.
but
yeah, but like in a way too, like when you like talk about like hip hop, too, like I think like within 2017 to like maybe around 2021, like people were like praising like hip hop, where it became like more so mainstream to a point like where it is like bigger than
that's
all the
when
other
it died.
But then like now it's like other genres are kind of taking over like in a way too, and like I think that's like something for another day too, and I think it's like self-explanatory too, but I think it's like more so on like the demand for it and like what they see because they're seeing like what the other artists are doing right now. It is like kind of same and stale like in a way too, and but there are like contrasting factors where you see like other artists like putting other forms of work that kind of bring that hype and joy back, like Larry June, Alfredo, like Clips, like even Ghostface and like Nas and all that too. Like they're doing like their whole thing, and it is like interesting to see what they're doing because it's like way different from what it is like like now and all that too. But like even like before too, like these artists were still doing the same thing too, like in 2015 to trying to do like something different too with Ghostface working with like Bad Bad Not Good and all that too. Artists like using like orchestrations to giving like the best like live project in a way too, and like even artists like kind of doing like like AI or autotune and all that type of stuff. And it's like history from like time to time and all that too. And like I think I want to like hold this off on like the next like couple questions for a bit too, but it's just like how hip hop has like changed over time, so
I think but I think fundamentally a large part of what hip hop was something that provided a voice to people in the underground. The minute it became mainstream, it stopped being that. So it functions differently because of that as a result.
That's excellent. To kind of end off like the whole like Kendrick thing and all that too, do you think it's okay to bump Kendrick or TDE in Toronto for 2025?
Listen, I am from Canada. Big up the owl them. That's all I'm gonna say. It's above my pay grade. It's above my pay grade. I know some people who went to that concert. Hey, I'm from Canada.
Yeah. And I mean, Mucho, I think from like Relentless Diaries, like called out a DJ for playing Kendrick and all that too, and like kind of changed like the whole discussion. And we rep the owl, so
rep the. Hey, listen. All I'll say though is that is a that record. That is a crazy record. Because when that kind of for me, when I heard that and it's playing, like just readily playing, that told me where we were. Yeah. Like in terms of the time we're in now, that told me where we were, where a man could just say that and like nothing happens. Yeah. Like the most that'll happen is like maybe a back and forth on Twitter or some shit. But now it's a lawsuit. But whatever.
But it led to like Rick Ross like getting beat up, Schoolboy Q, and like Sir getting the shows like canceled.
Schoolboy Q got beat up.
No, Schoolboy Q's show got canceled, and I think Sir's show got canceled. But then he came back like this year and all that too. At a different venue, but like
it's Game of Thrones, brother. Like
pretty much.
Like what did you think was gonna happen? That's how I look at it.
Yeah, pretty much.